All right, before we let everybody go, maybe Marie, you can help me even. I've got a few little things to hand out here. John, you go first. So John's already let me know. So this site certification, well earned. You have to keep earning it though. Just remember that.
Yeah,
so
right.
there's recertification.
I gotta get the funding for that.
So this is for the Rochester. It's actually for the University of Rochester Medical Center. And then John just recently told me he wants to go after the campus next. Yeah. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Can you advance the slide? We'll go. We do have. We were hoping Wegmans was going to be here today. We do have a plaque for them. They couldn't make it here today, but they've actually met full certification for their entire Syracuse division, as they call it. So that's 9 stores in the Syracuse division. And then they've actually implemented SWiM now at 50 different locations. So wow. If you look from Buffalo to Massachusetts and a few up and down, but call it the New York State Mass Turnpike Thruway, that's what they're implementing right now. And then can you call your team up here, Jennifer?
Michael, Kathy, Randall, I don't know who else is back there.
I'm going to hand this to Jennifer, but right here where we sit, the Fort William Henry has earned their initial site certification, led by Jennifer. But I'd like Jennifer actually to present it to her team.
All right. This is our maintenance director, Mike Gratton, Jim Tucker, CEO Catherine Munsell, Roger Aberson, Zane Brown, Randall Harriman, Matt Stemp, Billy Joe Meter, who else is back there? Andrew Reynolds, and Rob Risto. I'm turning it over to you.
As we said, it's about people, so here it is. You can absolutely say something.
This team
Can we,
is a phenomenal team. This is a phenomenal team of people, and the conversation was it hard to talk people into it? You know, the Lake George Association has been such a helper. We've always talked about it as they're our science department. We don't have the ability to have a science department. So when they first brought this forward, it was like, we can do this because it had such an undeniable effect, a positive effect. So all of us had to learn, and all it was learning. I believe that we had fill in for a couple conversations, and those things that change is hard, period. You know, we all accept that. But the more we could educate, and using the LGA and the consultants, the better off we were. And I believe our team bought in because they could really see that it helped their jobs. It was easier, and it was the next step to helping the lake, and that's what we're here for. So I thank my team because they're the heroes right here.
Amen to that. Thank you, Kathy. All right, it's a wrap.
Go that way.
It's a wrap. Well, thanks everyone. It was a day of celebration and enjoying the work that we've done. I do have to remind you, please, if you're still here, you know, take a little bit of time for the evaluations. Again, that means a lot to us. We do take a look at those. We will have videos up. We do, and I want to give, I haven't done it in the past, and I apologize, but give our production team, Doug and Alex and Don, Chris and Jason, a big hand because they do great work, make my job a lot easier. They take time and video this for us, so to Visual Planet, thank you so much for making my day easier, at least. So thanks so much for that. I also need to thank somebody who helps so much, does all the little things. Danica Campbell out in the hallway. She does so much to keep things going and make smoothly, as well as the other staff with the LGA. So thank you all for making my job a lot easier. So thanks as well. In just closing out, a couple of thoughts. I always like to wrap up, and really I'll get you guys out of here in a couple minutes. But you know, John said something about the concern about salt, about comparing it with fertilizer, and the certifications that come along with the fertilizers, but nothing with salt. And, I think it was talked about earlier, so, and we've talked about this, Phil, going back 10 years, act now before there's legislation. Everybody's concerned about regulation. So can we start making these steps and these decisions that can happen earlier? Kelly Tucker on one of the clips from a few years ago talk about all our individual decisions. So, can we start doing that, or we're going to wind up becoming regulated? So that Dean talked about, habitual behavior and that there is sometimes a lack of knowledge, and sometimes that falls on folks like us as the environmental groups to spread that education. So the other things I took down, hey, take time to celebrate. When you're doing a good job, it's okay to celebrate and take a look back. And, this was fantastic for me to look back at the friendships I've developed and the partnerships over 10 years. So we should all remember to do that. We need to get the word out to the public. I think Ally said that, we need to let them know. We need to help make them part of this solution. And that always gets a bit to that level of service and the expectations. Educate the legislators, I heard earlier. Get them out in the field or the garages or your training. If we can help you do that, it was great to have some in here, so that's how we can get change going as well. Shovel more, salt less, yeah. I mean, that's easy. I do that a lot, and unfortunately, now my teenage daughter's away at college, and she in South Carolina nonetheless, so she won't be shoveling more, but I will be. So I think that's something we all got to remember. Give the plow drivers a wave and not the finger. I mean, they are out there doing the tough work. They are heroes, so I want to credit them, and we wouldn't be here celebrating successes if it wasn't for their hard work and working with us. We are at a teachable moment, and we can solve this, but we need to solve it together, everybody, not just one person. We need to all act together, work with whoever we can. Teaching the schools, that was a great, Marie, that was a great example. So thank you, and thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting this event, and thanks for all that you do for the community and for the lake and for each other. So again, I think thank you all, and hope to see you next year. So, and with that, we close another year. Thanks.